Yeah, how you doing, everybody? It's Tuesday the 1st of December 2009, and it's sort of in the mid-evening, and the newspapers are all full of two things. The flooding, really, that's distressed so many people, and but that's part of the whole business about us not looking after our little country. It's a lovely little country, and we can't look after it. The rivers all need dredged, big plains on the Shannon need dredged, whole business, and total complacency in the ruling classes, politicians, etc. about it, because see, it doesn't affect them, and they're not interested. Anyway, and they're mostly Muppets, they're mostly Muppets anyway. So the other thing, obviously, is the church thing, and it's going to be an ongoing sore, because I had to think about it over the last couple of days, and really just what determines the thinking process in relation to a whole nation are three things. Nothing else. I don't believe it's anything else. I just think it's three things. Now there's spin-offs of these three things, but these three things are the major things, and that is who the government are, what their political ideology is, and what their social ideology is, and what their general ethos and thinking is. That's number one. They're at the top, very top. And alongside them is the state media, i.e. the state television service, not independent television. I'm talking about that. I'm talking about the state television and the state radio stations. Alright? And then the next, you have their first cousins, their unofficial main arm, and that's the church. In the case of our little state, the Roman Catholic Church. In the case of England, it would be the Anglican Church. Okay? But there's no escaping that. And that's why I think you've really got to keep pummeling these bastards, these Fianna Fáilers who have ruled this state. Effectively, from the beginning of this state, when Fianna Fáil, I think, emerged in 1932, they'd been in power for, I think, up to nearly 70% of the time. So they have set fair the whole ethos and the whole thinking of themselves, their relationship to the church, and what the media was going to say about the church and about them, Fianna Fáil. So the extension of that really is there is they're in bed together. The three of these groupings, these bodies, are in bed together. Now, there's lots of adjuncts to it, you know. There's not just the government on its own, there's all the various state agencies and all that. I know that, but I'm trying to put it down in simple terms. So what you have is you've got the government, state agencies, and the church, and the media, and they're the two main propagandizing elements. They're the Goebbels elements of the Fianna Fáil hierarchy. Okay? And it should really be addressed, because it is so cynical. You know, you can't be too serious about it, because if you were too serious about it, I think you'd leave the country. So really what you have to do is you have to try and be sort of semi-cynical, but ruthlessly cynical. So it's F off Fianna Fáil, F off Fianna Fáil, F off Fianna Fáil. And that, by the way, means friends of Fianna Fáil. Friends of Fianna Fáil. And we all know who they are. Just wrote down 2 seconds there. It took me 2 seconds to write this down. Corrupt national and local politicians. The Charles J. Haughey's of this world, the Albert Reynolds of this world, the Bertie Ahern's of this world, and we're up for grabs in this fella that's in power at the minute. We don't know about him. We have to deal him a blank card for the moment. We don't know where he's going to go. But we know a lot of his friends involved with Anglo-Irish are not all that fucking lily white. Then we go down to corrupt church leaders, paedophile priests and brothers. We know all about them. Then we go down to state media. Then we go down to banksters. Then we go down to corrupt property speculators and developers. And then we go down to the tax exiles and tax evaders. And that's a lovely little bundle of buttes that make up F off Fianna Fáil. F off Fianna Fáil. F off Fianna Fáil. And by the way, just in case anybody gets a wrong idea about me and where I'm coming from, I'm not a member of any political party. Okay? I've no political axe to grind. Alright? I'm sure people have deduced politically where I'm coming from, but I'm not a member of any political party. I don't owe my allegiance to anybody. And when I vote in the elections in the Republic of Ireland, which I'm a proud citizen, I always vote independent as far as possible. Alright? That's what I vote. Just to make things clear, in case somebody thinks, oh, he's some sort of a Fine Gael. I'm nothing to do with Fine Gael. Alright? Believe you me, far from it. But I just want to reinforce that there's only 3 elements, and I'm going to continue on about them constantly. The government, the church, and the media. Because these are the 3 most corrupt elements that have determined our mindsets, our children's mindsets, us, the people at large, as parents, as grandparents, and the conditioning that's gone on in this country over the last 50, 60 years, where these Fianna Fáil bastards have been in power, has been unbelievable. It's unprecedented. I just want to finish off by referring you to an article which appeared in The Guardian. Alright? And it's called The Brothers Grimm, and what it's about is it's about the Christian brothers, and it gives you a great insight into the Irish mindset and the Irish character, and it quotes 8 leading Irish people. 4 of them are politicians, and you have to read them yourself, I'm not going to read them out for you, and 4 are major literary figures, Irish literary figures, and of the 8, 2 are mass murderers of Irish people. 2 of them, not 1, 2 of them are mass murderers of Irish people. They're fellow Irishmen, murdered them, mass murderers. 1 is a single murderer. The other one is a totally discredited and probably the most corrupt of all the politicians we've ever had as leaders of this country. The other is a muppet, a total muppet, who when he goes out in the morning probably has to get somebody to tie his laces for him. But in terms of political shrewdness, he's as cute as a shithouse rat. And I say that with all honesty. He's as cute as a shithouse rat. And the final one, well, one of the final guys is a bloke who they claim wrote the best and the finest piece of English literature in the 20th century. And they say it's after the Bible, it's the greatest book that's been ever written. So what's common about all these men is there's 8 of them. They were all educated by Christian brothers in Ireland. Have a look at it. I'll put the little link up there for you. Makes for quite interesting reading, but does give you a very interesting mindset. Alright? Gives you a very, very interesting mindset. By the way, I'm not one of them, alright? Even though I was educated by them. Alright? We'll talk again.